I am here with Emma, one of my favorite breaststroke swimmers of all time. Emma and I have known each other now for maybe 4 years, something like that. And Emma's got an incredible breaststroke. She's got a really good freestyle, really good backstroke, and a really good butterfly. And I would like her to become an IM swimmer, and we're working on that right now. So Emma's going to introduce herself, let everybody know how long she's been swimming, what her favorite strokes are, and then we're going to go through some of her drills, and we're going to help everybody with breaststroke today because Emma is an unbelievably amazing breaststroke swimmer. Go ahead.
So I'm Emma, and I've been swimming for probably about 10 years, and my favorite strokes are breaststroke and freestyle, and I like to swim the 100 breast and the 100 free and 200 free.
200 free. So why do you like breaststroke so much? Breaststroke just became one of your favorite strokes because you like it, or you were fast at it, or why do you like breaststroke over freestyle?
I remember in Wilson, they let us pick a stroke as a day, a stroke you could work on, and I just chose breaststroke and I fell in love with it.
Oh, yeah.
And I started loving the stroke.
Is that your computer? Oh, that's your text going off?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Very popular. Okay, so you've been swimming for, you said, almost 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time. So
Started when I was 3.
What?
I started when I was 3.
Oh. Okay, so today we had not a lot of texts, but enough texts and emails from people wanting some breaststroke technique, and I think Emma is perfect for that. So, this is Emma in the water here. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I think the first one we're doing is just a breaststroke flip turn. So we're going to go through it, and we'll talk about that, and then I have a couple of other drills that Emma and I work on a lot. And we'll just see how things go. All right, here we go. Of course, this is right in the way. Look at my feet. All right, Em, so let's go through this slow. So right here, notice how Emma has her hands nice and tight together. Do you come out like this, or are you like this?
I go out like this with my hands.
Oh, you're like that? All right.
Yeah.
But in any event, she is, I can't get it to zoom in. She is in a nice arrow shape here. And then she comes around. See how nice that looks?
Yeah.
Nice and tight, perfect streamline. You have a nice, look at a bow wave there. It looks good. And the most important part of your breaststroke is you're throwing your chin forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you touch the wall, and your lead hand is right here. What?
You touch the wall. You always want to touch the wall with your fingertips.
Yeah, I see that. You touch the wall with your fingertip right here. Okay. Let's go back to here. And so you touch the wall with your fingertip, but your lead hand only touches the wall for a split second, and then it comes off. She follows it, her head with her hand. She comes around fast. What's the, when you're here with your hand, your right hand pushes your body off the wall, right?
Yeah.
So her right hand pushes her body off the wall to bring her feet around into the wall faster. She hits the wall perfectly right here. She's got a nice angle in her legs from her thigh to her calf. And then she pushes off right away. So she doesn't spend more than, what's your time on the wall? Like 0.7 seconds?
I think somewhere around that.
Yeah, it's really fast. So Emma comes into the wall. Really good streamline, throwing her chin forward, touches the wall, comes off the wall. When you guys do your turns, we got to get you into the wall and out of the wall as fast as you possibly can. So it's the same rule of thumb. You accelerate into the wall and you accelerate out of the wall. And Emma's got a pretty darn fast turn. This looks good.
The reason you want to shoot your chin forward is that when you shoot your chin forward, it moves everything forward, and then you're ahead.
Right. Okay, so let's go to the next video. This is... All right, I'm ready. I'm not sure. God. Oh, this is your freestyle. We're gonna keep working on breaststroke soon, but this is Emma's freestyle turn. And like we said, Emma's good at every stroke. Emma's really, really good. She, her stroke technique in every one of her strokes is near perfect. So when she's doing her freestyle here, notice how she's got a full pull. She reaches her hand all the way out, grabs the water, and pulls almost straight down. And then when you come into the wall, this is where a lot of people have a hard time. Even Emma had a hard time with it. So when she comes around the corner here on her turn underwater, when her feet are just about leaving the water to flip over her body, she takes her hands and pushes all that water towards her face, which forces her feet to flip around the wall faster. And then she pushes off the wall in a perfect streamline, right into her kicks. And pretty good kicking out. I'd rather like to see you kick out further, but. All right, Em, talk to us about your freestyle flip turn while it's going. Whoops.
Well, my first freestyle flip turn, you want to make sure you like kind of flip at the right angle. You don't want to flip sideways because then you'll push off sideways. So you always want to stay on the black line. And then when you flip, like Russ said, you push the water to your face, and then it's easier to get your hands in a tight streamline, and then your feet are already on the wall. And then you push off, and you want to immediately start your butterfly kicks. And you want to get past the flags, and I don't think I did that in this video, but you want to get far past the flags.
Usually you get past the flags.
And then your first two strokes should be you getting up to your fast speed, and then keep that pace.
You remember that? That's awesome, man.
Yes.
Also, guys, look at how deep Emma's pulling in the water. When you're swimming 50s, 100s, and 200s, you got to get your arm as deep as you possibly can into the water. It creates a lot more power. And a lot of swimmers have their hands up close to their body, and that's more for distance swimming. And I think Coach Teague talked about that last time. So if you're swimming a 50, 100, or a 200, get your hands as deep as you possibly can in the water, and don't cross over that center line in your body, because then you start to wiggle. And then your hips start to wiggle, and everything comes out of streamline. But this flip turn looks good, Em. You want to watch one more time?
It doesn't really matter to me.
Just kicking her feet. But this is the most important thing. Get your hands to go towards your face, and it pushes all the water towards your face, and it creates more speed in your feet as it crosses over. All right, let's see what this one is. This is another freestyle one.
It's just closer up.
Yeah. And you went further out that time. All right, so let's go in slow motion, because I just want everybody to see how when you come in, Em, you have a really, really good full pull. Everybody calls it the full pull. So she puts her hand in, and she has her catch way, way out. Her arm is fully extended. Your hips are up nice and high. You're kicking hard. And then when you come around the corner on your flip turn, you have your palms facing the right way this time. Yay! Sometimes Emma has her palms facing the wrong way. But see how she's got all that water getting pushed towards her face? That's going to make your flip turns incredibly, incredibly fast. If we can just get the water to go towards your face as you're flipping. Then she goes right in the streamline, and she comes off. And your kicks look good. Let's look at that one in regular speed. Looks good. Streamline where your biceps are on your ears. Excellent work, Emma. All right, let's look at this one. Hopefully this is... Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, is this breaststroke? Oh, this is breaststroke. Looks good. All right, Em, what do you got on this one?
It's more of the keep your chin forward and really shoot your palms. And make sure that your legs, when you're kicking, your knees don't go too far wide apart, and keep them more like closer.
So
because
cool.
when it goes underwater.
Look at how cool that looks. Sorry, I'm just playing. When you come out, your streamline is so tight, Em. You literally look like in front of a boat. Look at how your wave you just separate the water. That looks so good. Maybe you shouldn't be giving all your secrets away.
See, my knees aren't super far apart. You want to keep them a good, like, you want to keep them too close, but you don't want to keep them way far apart.
Yeah, that looks good. So what happens if you have your feet go way, way out, or your knees go way, way far apart? Whoops.
It just messes up your whole stroke.
Yeah, it really does, because breaststroke is a very unique stroke. Freestyle, backstroke, and butterfly are relatively the same. Breaststroke is just a whole different beast. So being a good breaststroker is important. You can be a valuable swimmer on a swim team if you're a really good breaststroker, and Emma is. Look at the angle that you're on. So if you guys separate your knees too much and your feet come way, way out, like some of you guys do, it just takes so much longer to bring your feet all the way around, and it's not really getting you much more power. And Em, how much power comes out of your feet? Like the percentage? Like
80.
80% of your breaststroke power, right, comes from your feet. So your feet need to look pretty much like Emma's got here. So it's really, really good. And she brings her feet all the way around. Right there, you can see her feet touch. That's super most important thing too. When you guys bring your feet around, a lot of swimmers bring your feet to here, then you start your breaststroke kick again. You got to bring your feet all the way together and then come back out again and all the way together, exactly like Emma's got going on right here. And Emma's chin is pushed forward. And I think in the next video, this is Emma's butterfly, but I have this on here because I want to show you guys how she throws her chin forward in butterfly, and it's relatively the same in breaststroke. Looks like you're getting out of the water really fast for some reason.
I think that was when we thought like the ghost was there.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a story for another time. But that was funny. All right, so you want to talk about this one, Em, or you want me to talk about it? You can talk about it. So right here in this video, we're just going to focus on showing you guys what it means to keep your chin away from your chest, and the phrase that I like to tell everybody is lead with your chin.
Okay, so one thing that I'm doing, well, I'm used to putting my chin out because of breaststroke, and when I used to have my chin like tucked in, I would go like way deeper than I was supposed to go. And another thing in butterfly is you want to try to keep your arms, you want to try to pull straight down instead of like in and then out like I used to do. And sometimes I think my kick used to be really big, and that also made me go really deep down in the water. And so you don't want your kicks to be super big, but you don't want them to be way too small either, because then you won't really go anywhere.
Yeah, and your second kick is super important too. Emma has a good first kick, but notice also, guys, how she's got that full pull again. Her arms are fully extended. She keeps her palms facing behind her the entire time, and she doesn't come into the water and turn her palms and then go out and then down. She goes straight down, which is super important. You don't want to come into the wall like this. Where's my camera? Turn your palms and then go out and then go down, because when you turn your palms out, you're not going anywhere. And if you're swimming against Emma, and Emma hits the water and comes straight down, she's already starting to take that momentum forward while you guys are moving your palms this way and going nowhere. So every time Emma takes a stroke, she's getting that much further ahead of you. because she has her palms in the right spot. It's super, super important. I think Rachel Woomer used to do that with her palms. And we changed that. And then she ended up breaking the state record in the 200 butterfly. Which is crazy. She also broke some records. Did you watch the other video, Em, with her that we did?
Not sure. This video.
Anyway, I think she broke the 200 butterfly record. She broke the 500 freestyle record. She might have broken the 100 butterfly record too. But
I remember you showing me the 200 fly, but I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, she's got a good butterfly. You do too. And I think when you get older and you get stronger, you're really going to take off, Em. All right, so notice her palms go straight back. Her chin is forward the entire time. This is almost perfect. I mean, it's really unbelievable good butterfly. Looks really good, Em. It's all me. You're welcome. So one thing too with butterfly is the rule of thumb for butterfly kicking is you kick in when your hands are going in the water, and then you kick again coming out of the water. So you kick in, that's her kick there, and then you kick out. And you kick in, out, and then she stops. So let's watch it regular speed. So that's the rule of thumb. You kick in, kick out, kick in, kick out. Excellent. You're good, sister. All right, this is the last.
You can go. I'm ready.
Oh God, I sound so disgusting. So this is your backstroke. It's nice. We're only supposed to talk about breaststroke, and here we are talking about everything.
Okay. There it is also with the pushing your hands like to your face, or pushing the water to your face on the turn.
Yeah. All right, Em, I'm not going to say anything. This is all you.
Well, your rotation, you want to make sure your rotation is good. You don't want to rotate way too much, but you don't want to rotate too little. You want to rotate and have like your shoulder. So if I'm doing an arm stroke like this, you want to have like your shoulder basically aligned with you, and then you take another stroke. And you want to have a really strong pull on the water. And then on your flip turn, it's basically the same thing as freestyle, but on your back.
Backstroke underwater kicks, I think, are harder than freestyle.
Yeah, because the water, that's why most people have nose plugs. Because the water, they have to blow bubbles the whole time on your back so that water doesn't go in your nose.
She has good shoulder rotation here, which is crucial for getting enough power. She's got her hands pretty deep in the water. She's got her hips up really high, which is good. So this
and you want a good strong kick too.
So if this lane line wasn't here, you'd see that her chin is again away from her chest a little bit, and when you do that, it keeps her hips up nice and high, and her hips are right on the surface. And if you bring your chin into your chest a little bit like this, it's going to sink your butt down, and it's going to get you out of streamline. But Emma's right on top of the water here. And then like you said before, you come into the wall, and you continue kicking, and then you push all the water towards your face again, and then you come right off. It's fantastic. Looks good. You really are a good swimmer, Em. I'm really proud of how far you've come. All right, I think that was the what?
I remember the first time coming, but I don't remember like when it was.
Oh, to see me?
Yeah.
I remember when you started coming.
I just don't remember how long ago it was.
You walked in. I'm too good to be here. No, but you've come a long way, Emma. I'm really proud of you. Emma really pays attention. She's aggressive in the water, and she's an amazing swimmer. All right, Em, so let's go through. Now let's look at this. We only got like 5 minutes left. So this is the the GMAC swim meet that they just had, and this is the swim meet that Teague and I talked about last. But this is the 100 breaststroke. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to play this through, and Emma's going to talk about, like in the beginning of the race, what she does when she's waiting to be called up, and then we'll play the whole thing, and she's just going to kind of pick out what she sees and what she thinks could be better or what looks really, really good and how their turns look and how everything goes. Okay? I'll try to be quiet. I know I talk a lot. Sorry.
The things you want to think about before your race are your start and your turns. Well, you want to think about your stroke too, but the start is before your stroke. And things you want to think about on your start is having your chin forward, and you always want to be the first one out. It looks like the girl in the orange suit, she looks like she's forward, and she looks like she was the first one out. And underwater pullouts, you want to glide a little bit. You don't want to just do it really fast and get it over with. You want to glide a little bit. The turns, you want to touch with your fingertips, and then like a really fast turn, so you touch and then off, and then push with your other hand off so that you can flip your feet over and push off.
She had a pretty fast turn there, this one. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I wasn't going to talk.
You also want to try to keep your pace. So I like to sprint. Well, it is a sprint. I sprint the whole 100 breaststroke. No matter how tired you are, you have to keep sprinting. That's a sign. If you're tired, that tells you to keep sprinting. And just don't forget, when you're tired, you can't forget about your turns. You don't want to be really slow on your turns. You still have to really push yourself. And you have to keep going.
So let's look at some of these times. So these are college kids. Isn't your time somewhere around here, Em?
Mm-hmm.
You're a 109, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how old are you?
13.
Ah, and these are probably 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds? Something to be proud of, sister. 109. So, I mean, if that was you swimming against this girl here, whatever her first name is, wherever she swims from, MU, where's that? MU. I don't know where MU is.
No.
Muhlenberg? Can't be. Whatever.
I have a 109.3 too.
I would say you probably would have beat her, because I know how you get in the water when you're swimming and someone's right up on you like that. You don't like it, and I would bet that you would have come in at a 108 if you were right next to her. That's good. That's something to be proud of, and that's really, really good. All right, so let's just break down this start. I like breaking down starts and turns. So, look at that. You're right, Em. She's going to come off the wall first. That looks good. And she got out further than everybody.
Internet connection is unstable.
Just out of curiosity, let's see where they pop up. So they pop up pretty much right around here. And then it's kind of hard to see. I can't zoom in. Last time I was able to zoom in. I can't do it this time. She looks good. She's thrown. Sorry. I keep talking. I'll be quiet.
The computer was glitching up.
What?
The computer was glitching up. I couldn't hear you or see anything. So it's okay if you talked.
Oh. So I was just saying, if you notice how the girls who are winning are all throwing their chin forward like Emma does. And when they come through their chute out into their streamlines are nice and tight. And they just keep going. And what Emma was saying before, in a 100 breaststroke or a 200 breaststroke, that's a sprint. And regardless of how tired you get, you have to keep going, because when Emma's racing and Emma's likely going to be in lane 4. The girl in lane 5, the girl in lane 8, the girl in lane 1, they're all likely just as tired as Emma is. Everybody's just as tired as everybody else. So if you could push yourself through that, get to the end of the race as hard as you can, and all your energy is going to come back within 10, 15 minutes, maybe a half an hour. But the first place will always be there, or the second place will always be there. So constantly push yourself through an entire race, unless you're swimming a 1,000-meter freestyle. That's a good time, man. I think you would have beat her. All right, so I'm not really sure how long we've been going, but I think we should probably end it. What do you have anything else you want to say? Or no?
It's going to take a while to fix a stroke. Like for me, for my freestyle and my butterfly, it took me forever. My butterfly especially, it took me forever to get my palms right. So you can't, it's going to be hard and it's going to take a long time. So you can't give up on yourself. You have to keep trying.
I love it.
That's all.
That's good, Em. You got a great attitude. That's why you're a good swimmer. You have a really great attitude, and it did take you a long time to get your palms where they need to be. But now you have it.
That's another thing. You have to have a good attitude. You can't always be like, oh, I'm going to lose in this race. You have to have a good attitude.
Mm-hmm. And even if you do lose a race, the next race you're going to be in is a completely different race. So if you're in event 5, say, and you do the 100 breaststroke, and you don't come in first place and you're expected to, and your next race is, I don't know, 100 freestyle, 10 events later, that 100 freestyle is a completely different race. So just forget about the breaststroke race you swam in and focus on your freestyle race. It's just like playing golf. Playing golf is really 18 separate games when you play 18 holes. So if you mess up one of your holes, the next hole is just a totally different game. It's the same thing with swimming. So I think that's all we have. I was hoping to do just breaststroke, but Emma's good at every stroke, so I guess we threw a couple extra things in there for everybody to see. So, as usual, send me your questions, and Emma will be happy to answer any of them because she's turned it into an IM swimmer. So, especially breaststroke. Breaststroke is Emma's #1 stroke, but breaststroke, freestyle, backstroke, butterfly, ask questions and I'll send them to Emma. Emma can answer them, and then I'll post them up or I'll text them to you or whatever we need to do to make you guys faster. And I've also offered Emma, I think 6 or 7 months ago, when she gets older, if she wants to start being a coach with Tier 1. But she's still thinking about it. But I think she should do it because I really want her to be a coach with me. But we'll see. Right? Is your computer glitching again?
Yes.
Oh. You gotta get faster internet. Tell your parents to spend more money. All right, Emma, thank you. And I'll post this up later today, and I'll email it to your mom, I guess, or I'll text it to your mom, and then we'll just see how many people watch it and how many questions we get.
My mom said bye.
Bye. Tell your dad and your sisters and your brother. Tell Jake to keep up the hard work. Jake is Emma's brother. He's another good swimmer. All right, sister. Thank you. I'm going to just turn it off, Em, so don't go anywhere, okay? Bye.
Okay.